Finding out that there is a restrictive covenant on a property is like a thorn in the side, and removing the thorn can be painful. A restrictive covenant is a legal agreement between property owners. The most common way to amend a restrictive covenant is through a planning application submitted to a council. But a council is neutral and not the decision maker. They only facilitate the amendment process. The success of an application cannot be predicted, but in some instances, an educated guess can be made. There are two main components that will influence the ability to amend a restrictive covenant. The first component is the number of beneficiaries, the property owners who are gaining benefit from the restrictive covenant. If one beneficiary does not support the amendment, it will not proceed. This is where the risk lies. The number of beneficiaries is not known until a title search has been done. The number could range from a few owners of surrounding properties to an entire subdivision. In a recent CS Town planning project, over 50 beneficiaries were identified, which is an extreme case. The second component is the conditions in a restrictive covenant. Common conditions we see at CS Town planning are restrictions to the design of buildings and material used within a residential subdivision. As time moves on and styles change, people want to renovate and update their homes, which can come into conflict with the conditions in a restrictive covenant. This is where an educated guess comes in. There is a general perception that renovating and updating a house will have a positive effect on the overall appearance of the neighborhood and the property values. Beneficiaries are likely to see a future benefit for their property, so they may not be as likely to object. CS Town Planning has submitted applications under similar circumstances that have had no objections and have been successful. CS Town Planning has also seen a recent case where a client wanted to lease a building in an industrial area. A restrictive covenant had been applied to properties within a certain radius of a petrol station. Conditions in the covenant included a list of prohibited uses that would impede the operation and future expansion of services at the petrol station. The client's business was included in the list of prohibited uses. In this example, the client is better off finding an alternative site. It is a high-risk decision to initiate a planning application for an amendment. It only takes one beneficiary to object, and there is no recourse for the applicant. If you would like assistance navigating through what could be a challenging planning process, contact CS Town Planning.